Hello, everybody. Welcome to Space Engineers. Welcome, silly geese, coming over from RevStream. I'm Duke Skyloafer. This is Space Engineers Uno, and we are back on Titan. And I'm watching my bitrate, and it's fluctuating all over the place tonight. So hopefully, you guys don't get a whole lot of buffering and stuff. It's the weather. It's getting really, really cold out, and the internet, the bits move very slowly when it's cold out. So hopefully this will all stabilize. That's actually looking better. So anyway, since the last time we met, I've done some things. You may recall that this cryo chamber used to just kind of be here in an empty room, but I came back and I spruced up the place. Not like a whole lot. I just kind of put some stuff around the edges. Yeah, but now the room looks a little bit better. I got a bar. You know, I got collected some samples from the Titan desert. You know, stuff. I got an eye wash station. That's not what that is, but we do need one of those. Let's see. And then over here, I finally put in a med bay and moved the PAM controls over to... Actually, no. This doesn't work as PAM controls. I moved the PAM controls over here. That's right. And I painted the ship. So, hold on. Let me scroll back here and actually call out everybody who showed up here. So, Ire got here first, followed by the mightiest Kaz. That's a lot of geese, Kaz. Followed by Game Dork, then Marcus. Anybody else? And then... And Game Dork. I said Game Dork, didn't I? I said Game Dork. And Ire, thank you for the $2, the super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. And now my internet is going to die, and I'm going to run off with those $2. That'll be that. Anyway, let's see. Let's see how what you guys think of this. So I didn't do anything to it other than paint it, and I painted it. What's the? Hang on. What's the? Let all that load in there. What's it called? Woodland camo. I always want to call it camouflage, but that's not what it is. A little bit of woodland camo, and then a little bit of this color. So, a little bit of a dark.
Hello there.
Welcome back, Marcus. Thank you for renewing the membership. Wow. And
Cool, yo.
the mightiest Kaz. Thank you very much for the $2. Appreciate it. Anyway, what we are going to do today is, we're going to take this thing. Oh, I came up with a good name for this thing. Hold on. I got to remember what it is now. I just opened my helmet. Marcus. I love
Coolio.
I love that you guys are doing $2 each. I think that's awesome. just a little bit. Like, not going to break nobody's bank. I love it. Marcus, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just saying, let's not go crazy in the hat wars here. Anyway, I called this thing fully loaded because it's like a fully loaded baked potato, but it's also fully loaded with guns and stuff. So this thing is going to be the fully loaded. We could call it the fully loaded baked potato for long if we want to, but that's what we're going to call it. And then the little drones we're going to make are going to be called Tater Tots. That's basically the deal. If the bit rate continues to suffer, then we will just, you know. We'll probably just end the stream and do it next week or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I blame it entirely on the weather. So Stronghold is going to be our target. I'm hoping we could take a run at it next week. But for this week, I want to at least get a drone going and see if we can get it flying. You know, flying and able to follow this one and able to switch modes and stuff like that. So what are we going to do? Let's see. What's my color palette looking like? Okay, this is the Designated Survivors color palette. That's lovely. Let's grab a color. There we go. Let me grab some supplies here. So, oh, I got a bunch of that. All right, so just going to do this. Get it kind of sticking out here. So what I think we need is, it's got to be really bare bones, right? Yeah, we tested, Kaz, we tested this thing flying. Now we're going to test the drones flying with this thing. That's the deal. Hopefully. Hopefully. Enjoy your lurk. Game Dork. Enjoy your lurk. We do have, if you guys don't know, we do have new redeems. Last week I added the space redeem, and this week I added... Crap, I can't remember what I added. What is it called? It just works. It just works. If you do ! redeems or redemptions in chat, it should give you the list of what they all are. I think either one of those will work. You could try those. I'm interested to see if they work. I think we fixed the space one last time, so... Anywho... yeah, well, we're going to see if the drones work. The drones are being built. Then we will see if they work.
Space!
Space! Yes, we fixed space. Space is fixed. You can thank me later. Space is fixed.
All of this just works.
Boom. I got to get an animated version of Todd Howard there. So. There we go. Oh, of course, Chad's in the lead. Oh, wait, is Chad in the lead? No, wait, what's number one? Points one. Oh, Kaz is in the lead. There you go. Okay, so anyway, I'm getting distracted early. Let's see. We'll keep that there. So we need to have... Get rid of all that. We need to have... I'm probably going to use primarily Flatmos. Let me just grab all the Atmos. So we're going to need Atmos. We're probably going to want the smaller connector. One of these two small ones. I'm wondering if we can get by with just a single large battery like this. And then you can take the space one too. That's totally cool. If you want to, I could send you the files, or if you want, you could just crop it out yourself. Hey Rev. A whole bunch of silly gooses showed up over here, Rev. Can you believe it? AI can do just about anything these days, I hear. Anyway, batteries. We're also going to need a gyro, just one, I'm sure. We'll need now for the fixed, because each one is going to have two fixed weapons, and I'm thinking just going with Gatlings. But should I do Gatlings on some of them and autocannons? We have fixed autocannons, right? Yeah, autocannons on a different variant. Because I'm really thinking keep it simple and just do Gatlings. I don't want to put two different types on the same drone. But yeah, I'm thinking keep it simple with Gatlings. Because they're probably going to miss a lot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to have Gatlings. The Warfare Gatlings, because it's cool. All right, it's going to need a remote control for when I get lost. We're going to need the AI blocks. What else are we going to do? Nocto Nugget, welcome to the stream. What else are we going to do? Do you think I should make I mean, it should be pretty easy to make a variant with autocannons. So, like, we make it once with Gatlings, we could just swap them out for autocannons. And then, you know, well, Gatlings, so it's a matter of, like, autocannons shoot less frequently, so they have, if you miss with autocannons, the opportunity cost is greater, because you're not going to fire as often. With Gatlings, you fire a lot more often, and each, you know, the damage per hit is lower, but you're more likely to hit something. Of course, these are drones, so they may do just fine either way, or they may be absolutely terrible. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I'll just do variants. We'll just do one of each type, and then that way, you know. But I think of the Gatlings more as like suppressing fire. I think these things fire. I'm trying to remember what the drones looked like when I went out there and got attacked by them. I think we thought they were shooting missiles, but I think they're actually shooting autocannons or assault cannons. Although they're pretty small. So maybe that's not the case. With the assault cannon. They could have a rocket launcher on them though. Anyway. What else are they gonna need? Do they need they're gonna need an antenna so I can communicate with them. They're gonna need I'm running out of space in the toolbar here. They're gonna need a timer block for switching between modes. I think we might need an emotion controller so that we can tell if it's angry or not. Are we going to need an event controller? Where's my V? There it is. Are we going to need an event controller? I don't think so. So, we could... I'm going to weld these up real quick so I don't accidentally grind them. We could do... We could do like a battery. Might as well do the good battery. And then... Let's see, the battery's kind of thick. Where would we put... Let's see, where would they dock it? Would we put the... Because if we put the battery way in the back, we could put, like, kind of the important bits in the middle. And then have, like, a downward little connector like this that they could pull ammo through. And then that would just go straight to the guns. And then we would put thrusters around it. Yeah, Revs, you guys were getting a little bit raunchy there. A little bit randy at the end of Rev's stream there. I was actually there. I know I was not talking much, but I actually did watch the entire stream. I was just in a position where I couldn't type in chat for most of it. But anyway, so we could do that. And then, let's see, what else are we gonna... I'm thinking we're just gonna kind of mess with this a little bit here. So if we did like a reinforced tube. Uh-oh. What's flying above me here? Did I do that the right way? Yeah. Who's flying above me? A vulture. He's already moving away, so that's probably a good sign. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing that I forgot to mention. I have started a longer term project in the world here. So the current goal is getting rid of this stronghold, right? And then after that, we're going to have to see what we do. So if you may recall, the whole reason I'm on this planet is because supposedly there's treasure here. That's why we came here. We got the Titan, the ship, the Titan. We came to this moon because we were told somewhere on this moon is a treasure. And obviously a stronghold is a great place to store a treasure. So that's why we're going to go take out this stronghold and see if there's any treasure there. And if not, then we're going to have to come up with some other... We're going to have to look for more treasure or something. I don't know. We'll have to look elsewhere, find other things. But in the meantime, the Titan sitting over here is a bit of a liability because its guns shoot the base and the base guns shoot the Titan and the Titan's guns sometimes shoot itself. So having the Titan here in such a vulnerable location is a bit of a liability. And it's also all of my production. Like all my refineries and my one assembler are on the Titan. So, what I have done is, I've got the... Oh, you can't see it now because the the go-getter left. The go-getter has been tasked with digging a hole the exact size as the Titan, and we're going to build a sunken hangar in that hole with like a big hangar door and everything so that the Titan can go down into the ground and have a hangar door close over it, and it will be protected and not shoot anybody. And we'll just put some defenses around it and stuff like that. And then it'll be easy to take off, get in and out, all that stuff. So that'll be the next big project. Will be taking the Titan and putting it in a hole in the ground. And then it's not, you know, up here getting shot every so often. So that's also the reason why we're not just taking the Titan over to the stronghold and blasting it from space.
Energy low.
I want to surgically disarm the stronghold and then raid it and see what we can find. So anyway, and I'm thinking when we go in, like, I want these drones to be really, really bare bones to the point where, like, we're probably going to bring like 6 or 8 of them and assume that most of them are not going to come back. That's my plan. So, if we put the guns here, we can put some things in the front. I'm probably going to want a little bit of armor. I may move this forward one, so we have a little bit of room to put like a barrier of armor in between. And then the rest of it is, like, we could just put like controllers and stuff in the back and kind of armor plate over it a little bit or something. I'm not going to armor these things up a whole lot. I'll put some sort of armor on them, but for the most part, they're going to be flying cannons. And that's pretty much it. So. Yeah, I think I'm going to move this forward one. Let's put it this way, and then the T like that. And then I'm going to go out and get that unknown signal when it hits the ground there. But yeah, if we do this, I think I'm going to put a camera in the front. The camera is primarily going to be for me if I need to remote control one of them just to get it into position. That'll be used for that, but it's not really going to be used for combat. It'll just be there, so I don't really care if it gets shot. What else are we going to want to do? So, I think we're going to put our emotion controller here. Yep. Oop. And why don't you grab me some of this as well.
Meteors inbound.
Oh, maybe they'll hit that guy up there. Okay, so that's going to be that. And then, now let me think through which of these AI blocks I need. Oh, that's not nearly close. Okay. So we're going to need a flight. Do we need a flight block? I think we need a flight block. Let me just put these on, and then, because I don't remember what each of these do. Oh. Did one of them hit the base? What was that noise? Oh. Oh, that was probably me. That was probably the base shooting the ship again or something. Alright. Let's see. Which way is up on this thing? We'll just take off the ones we don't actually need. I assume this is up. I think the logo is usually up. And then there is a... Yeah, there's the forward. So I think it's that. Alright, so basic. And then we are going to want an offensive. Yep. And then sneak under there. And then I'm going to put a defensive on. I don't know that we need a defensive block. We don't need a recorder block. So let me weld these up and then remember what they all do. Because what I really need is, you know, offensive when it's when they have a target. Defensive. Well, we're going to take a look. All right. All right, so the basic one has a follow. What does autopilot do? Patrol, circle, one way. That makes sense. Okay. So we can say follow home, and we could give it the beacon from the... let's see. Can we give it the beacon? Or can we only give it GPSs? Well, how could it follow a GPS? We should be able to give it a beacon. I don't think the beacon is... I don't know which of those things are actually beacons. I don't think the beacon on this thing is on. So let me turn it on and then see if that shows up in here then. Yeah, there it is. So we can say that it should follow the beacon and that it should stay... Let's see, the grid will wander to a random position within max range from home. That's okay. So, yeah, so we would just give it like a range, like don't get too close, but don't get too far away, you know, and just kind of follow me. So that'll be our normal position, our normal thing. And I can turn that behavior on and off. So in the normal mode, that behavior will be on, and it'll just follow me. Follow the fully loaded. Then in... Do we need the flight one? I don't think we do. No movement input. Please activate a task or combat block. Oh, maybe we do need this. Because we would probably want collision avoidance turned on. Yeah, I think we do need this. And then our defensive block is going to be responsible for defending against enemies. And we will go... now, I should be able to say... Or do we want the offensive? I feel like I want to do offensive. Is there a way to tell it not to attack? Yeah, use static weapons. Okay. Circle and orbit is probably the way to go. Is there a way to tell it to only attack small grid in the same way that you can tell the turrets themselves to only attack small grid? Because I would want them to attack... I wouldn't want them, like, bombarding the actual base. But if not, I could just tell them that they should attack only things with weapons, and then once the base weapons are done, then they should stop shooting. And I think that would be fine. I think that would be fine. So then we don't really need a defensive. We need an offensive block. So they will go with, we could say smallest priority, so that they'll search for the ships before they attack the base. And then the threatening subsystem will be weapons. And we could take the search interval and put it kind of low. I think circling and orbiting is fine. It's probably just going to be chaos the whole way, the whole time. But So I think that'll be fine. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of the defensive block. I don't think we need that. Because we don't want them to really ever flee. They're just going to attack and then... I don't think I need them to retreat anywhere at any point, because I just want them to stay, like, if they lose their guns, then they are decoys at that point, you know. They're there to draw fire away from me, and they're supposed to be cheap, and I don't care if they come home. So, if they are still functional, then we'd have them switch back to this mode and follow me home, essentially. So this mode would be offensive mode off and basic mode back on, I think is the deal. So, okay, let's try that, and if that doesn't work, then we will iterate. So which one is the defensive block? That's the one on this end. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put the... Oh, which one did I just grind off of there? That's the offensive, and that is the basic. Alright, I think we're going to put our flight block, yeah, there, and let's put our remote control for when we need it. Let's put it there. And then we're going to need an antenna, which I'm going to just kind of give myself a little bit more room here. You know, I'm not sure that I blueprinted the fully loaded. I'm going to have to go and take a look at that. So, what did I say here? Antenna. So we can put our antenna out the back. And let's see, we got a gyro there. We need a timer. Now I'm wondering if we should have a timer for initial activation, which is basically like, I guess maybe a timer for each. We're going to need an action relay too, right? The action relays receive as well. Yeah. So I think we're going to need a timer for... I'm trying to think if there's a better way to lay this out. I'm not sure that I really care. But like a timer for handling switch everything to attack mode. And then a timer for switch everything back to basic mode. Because then we can say, like when it first starts, when it's first taken off the, when we first build it, essentially, when it's first constructed, we should probably make some sort of a printer for these things too. When it's first constructed, it won't have anything turned on, so we're going to want to just set the initial parameters, and we could do that with the timer. And then we'll want to have just like a second timer then. Oh, let me get that. Actually, do I need... Yeah, I'm going to go get that unknown signal real quick. Do I have... Yes. Yep, there's the ground. Cool. That hurts the knees. Alright. Crocodile rifle, that's fun. Meal pack and some money. That's good. Alright. You're going back that way, yeah. Did I dig some holes over here? What are these rocks? It seems I've been here before. Okay. Let's take a look at what the go-getter is doing over here while we're waiting. So he's digging up. Basically what he's doing is he's going where I've already been digging a couple of times. So you can see there's a big ore patch here with nickel, cobalt, and iron. And he's basically just going to mine this entire ore patch while digging out a place for the Titan to hide, essentially. So, seems to be coming along pretty well. We've been getting a lot of iron. I think I'm basically good on iron forever, so. Which is always fun when you get to that stage of space engineers. Alright. You know, I'm going to take a drink of water. I'm feeling like it's about that time already. So, if you are liking the stream in real life, please consider throwing a like on the stream in real life with the stream like button. And if you'd like to get notified when I go live, please consider subscribing. That's good stuff. Okay. All right. So we got the antenna there. We need, so we're going to have probably a, where's the front of this thing? What's like the front? I want it facing backwards. So we're going to have like timer there, maybe timer there, and then a action relay. Yes, I did. I was in the chat at the time that came up. Thought it was a good idea. All right, let me weld this up, and then we'll see where we want to put the thrusters and the armor, basically. I have a feeling that Stronghold is not going to stand much of a chance. I also feel like the losses on our side are going to be pretty heavy as well, but whatever. Yeah, a little fireside chat idea. I'm up for that. I think it would be cool. Take some questions from the audience or whatever. Talk about you know, why we do what we do or whatever. I don't know. Talk about the side of a fire. Alright, well there's a tater tot. A naked tater tot. So let me move this back a little bit and we'll see about putting some thrust on this thing. Alright. And then we'll see about some armor. Am I missing anything from my list? I don't think so. So if we were to put like a oh, maybe I should have maybe switched these, and then I could have put the flat mow, like, in this bottom row here. Let's do this. I'm gonna move some things. Oh, what did I just say that was not safe for work? What did I let slip? Put that there. Put that up there. Now what else did I just grind off? I'm going to put this here. And then it was just another timer, right? Yeah, and then we can put our... Oh, the naked tater tot. Yeah, it's not breaded yet. Is that better? I'm afraid to mention this, but I will add that the Streamlabs bot, I do have that ability to add quotes. I don't know that any of you have that ability, but we can add quotes if you guys really want to. Okay, so if we just put one big one of those in the back, I feel like that should be enough to hold this thing up. Wouldn't you think so? I would think so. And then we could do... I'm probably going to want to do some upward thrust just so that it has a little bit of maneuverability. In this economy, I mean, in this atmosphere, or this gravity, rather, if you go up and you don't have upwards pointing thrust to push you back down, you just kind of never come back down. So I think we definitely need some upward facing thrust on this thing. We do have the modded thrusters. Maybe that's a better use of our time and money. So yeah, okay, let's put you in there and you in there. Welcome back, Game Dork. Alright, I think the only downside is that, is there an actual round one? Or are they all square? I think they're all square. Well, this one's got a little bit of roundness to it. Maybe we could just work that into the armor, actually. Why don't we do that? How do I know on this one? Okay, there we go. That's easier than trying to decipher the... I can barely see which side it's pointing at, and this thing is fairly symmetrical, so that'll be that. And, let's see, though. This is max 1.5 megawatt. We only have one battery on here. What's this one give us? 1 megawatt? Yeah, I'm worried about how quickly we're gonna lose that one battery. Although, maybe it would be better for the sake of everything.
Low.
Didn't I just charge up? What is with this place today? Did I miss? There we go. Anyway, I was going to say, maybe it would be better for the sake of everything if we did only the smaller thrusters. We wouldn't need a whole lot of them. Then they wouldn't stick out as much. But we could do... Let's see, we could do like down thrust in here maybe. We can do side thrust on the side, of course. Forward thrust forwardly. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. That we won't really be pulling full power because of the amount of gravity. They're not going to be... Although... Why am I moving? Oh, it's moving. I'm not moving. You know what? Let's just go for it. Let's go with the big one. I'm going to go with this one because I like how it curves on the back. I think I am going to go with the little ones. I don't need this thing telling me to get rid of this. We're going to go with some of these little ones for side to side. Where will we put our braking thrust? We are going to want braking thrust. Well, you know what we'll do is we'll have some stick out like here. I still feel like I might put something in there, but let's do something like this. 4 on each side for decent maneuverability. Then we'll do a couple on the top when we get some more space going up there. Then we'll just kind of armor over all of this, and we'll be able to put some, like... Maybe we could just do something like this. And then make that shape fit in. What is that? What am I missing there? Forward, backwards, up, forwards. Nothing going forwards. Well, we could do the exact same thing back here then. Yeah, in a way. They are basically just a platform that is designed to fly some guns and point them at an enemy. And that's pretty much it. And then to survive long enough to unload at least a couple of shots and then be distracting from then on. So that's the plan. So let's figure out how we're going to armor around all this. Let's see. I don't want to do heavy armor. Heavy armor might actually, maybe just in the very front we'll do some heavy armor because just like this very first row of stuff, just because if we're going to tell it to orbit, it's going to orbit and it's going to be flanking essentially the whole time. Yeah, it's going to be flying sideways most of the time, or at least trying to. So if we did... Let's see, because I would want a bit of a... Similar to that thing, but not quite as big of a frill. You know? So we could maybe do... We could put like a light on the front or something. No. The AI can figure out the gyros. Not a big deal. Let's see. I probably want something very, very solid right here. And then also very solid right here. If I do... Yeah, I think that'll be okay. And I'm not going to go any lower than that. The bottom is just going to be what it is, because otherwise it won't be able to dock to reload. Does it need to dock? Yeah, I guess we probably are going to want it to dock to charge or something. I don't know. I should have got that mod. You know that mod that gives you the, like, Space Engineers 2 style batteries where you can charge them up separate and then just pop them in? I should have put that mod in. We could have just then had a whole bunch of batteries charged up. We could print one of these things off, put the cells in it, put the ammo in it, and then off we go. You know? But live and learn. Live and learn. Alright, what are we going to do? We're going to bounce. There we go. Let's see, if we did this, actually, and got rid of that. Yeah, I think that's the mod. Nerd Orbit. Did I make these? Hold on. Did I make these? Heavy armor. Okay, good. this one. My keybind's like backwards. What's the deal here? Yeah, I think this will work better. We'll look a little more. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I mean, it's going to be very basic. It's going to be kind of like a big pyramid, but these don't have to look pretty, as far as I'm aware. SE2 calls to me. Yeah. Yep. No, I understand. I understand. All right, so then behind here, we're going to just switch back to... I am fairly certain that I can do this, but I guess I don't even need to. I could just do this, and then I am pretty sure we are safe from these thrusters there. And then we are going to want to... we're going to want to probably just go up to here. Then I've got room in here if I need to stash like a event controller or something, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, let's hit that, and then what is that block? That is, what is going on outside right there? Be that thing. So this is basically what this tater tot's going to look like. I might want to weld some of this up before. I can't weld it up anymore. I'll have to get some paint in there too. You know, a warhead is actually probably not a terrible idea. Can I build off of the back of this? Oh, I can. Oh, sweet. We can go back to connecting this way. Cool. All right, then. Let's see. Let's make sure this thing is charging. I actually kind of like that idea, except I don't know how to, what is this, a hailstorm? It's a hailstorm. I'm not sure how to force, how to get, how would I get them to, like I could put an event controller in to know when they are out of ammo, I think. What would we do to make them... How would you use the AI blocks to become a missile? I feel like you can do this, but I'm struggling to think of how exactly you would. Because we could switch it to that mode, and it could just become a missile, you know? Do I want... I feel like I want... just do this. And then maybe this, and up here, do the same thing.
Energy low.
Again with the energy. All right, what are you all saying here? Um, so the question was, if we could if we could use an event controller to detect that the Gatlings were completely out of ammo, how could we switch this thing into a kamikaze mode? Like, how could we get it to fly directly at its target? Like, we could put a warhead in it or something and we could arm it and then just say, you know, Gatlings are empty, turn off offensive mode, fly straight at your target or something like that. I'm not sure that I would necessarily want that if the target turns out to be the stronghold, because then it's going to blow up a large portion of the stronghold and I want the goods. So we'd have to make sure that, see, if I could limit it to targeting just the fighter ships, if I could figure out how to do that, that would be very cool. That would kind of open up a lot of possibilities. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about these things fighting the base at all. What is the... Hang on. Maybe I'm just not remembering what the modes are. Do I have a thing that I can look in? Is it flight? Or is it intercept? It would switch to intercept? I guess that would be what it was, right? You switch it to intercept mode. Yeah. And then it would become a yeah, intercept mode means that it will then fly straight. Okay, so we could do that. I'm not going to do that because I don't actually want them to go and smash into things. But, is there a... There's no way to tell it that it should only target, small grids, right? I can tell it to target... I'm going to have it target the smallest ships first, so that they at least prioritize those. But I'm not aware of a way of telling it to... Yeah. Grid will attempt to intercept and ram it. Grid will continuously make attack runs and break off and retreat. Grid will try to keep enemy between customize. Yeah. So we're going to have it on orbit or circle, so that they stay moving, but they're constantly shooting. But I don't see a way that I could say don't target the building, essentially, is what I'm looking for. Which is okay. It's fine if that's not a thing. Like, I know in, like, the guns themselves, in the turrets, you can say only target the small grids, you know, don't target large grids and such. I don't think that's possible with the AI blocks and the fixed forward weaponry. Which kind of throws a wrench in the plans a little bit, but it's not terrible. If I tell it to only target things with weapons, then I just have to make sure I take out the base's weapons before these guys are done fighting the little guys. Alright. Then what am I doing on the back here? Maybe just like a little hood. A little umbrella. Trying to get a good balance of moderately survivable, but also... actually, I'm not going to do it like that. But also cheap is the plan. Alright, so I think I may want to... do a little bit more with these. Man, I wish I had Space Engineers too. Block building, and I could do like some little half blocks holding this on, little detailing blocks. That might be okay the way it is. I kind of don't like this square looking piece, but I kind of need that for these to connect to proper. Alright. We are facing the right direction, right? Yeah, that's going. I believe so, yeah. Alright, so I think I want... I think we're just going to do this quick and dirty. And go... let's see, this thing, I think. This. Yeah, it actually kind of does look like a reverse missile. I might put some pokies, some spikies on the front just so that it looks meaner. But, yeah, it does. That's what I wanted. Let's see. If I do that, that could look weird. But... hold on. Bear with me here for a second. I want to try something. If we did that, and then we ran like a thing across to this one, what would that do for me? Anything? Would that just make it weird? Kind of thinking that then it gives me like 2 points of like, if this block gets blown off, this thing is still getting held on. This thing is not in any way going to resemble a tater tot. Which, it's fine. It's metaphorical. We did that. And then... something like that. Why would I bother making that rounded then? If that's the case. I don't think I like it. Unless I made the downward facing one round. Or, actually, what if we kept those like that, and we did... something like that. Now do I need this? I feel like then what we do up here is we actually should do something. I don't think I have the block that I would want, so we're going to improvise and just do something like this. These block groups are weird sometimes. There we go, something like that. What does this look like? So it looked like that. I'm okay with that. It kind of gives a little extra protection to the battery, too. I hope we haven't made this thing too heavy, but I don't think so, just given where we're at. Do I want to do anything on the back here? I don't think so. Oh, you want to peek at the underside? Hold on. Underside looks like that. One unwelded block. Not much going on down there. Very flat. Kind of the point. I might, let's see. We could do, no, what am I trying to do here? This. I think that looks bad on
energy low.
On the one side. Maybe we just leave this open in the back. I think it's fine. Never show your back to the enemy anyway, right? Alright, so we got rid of, we kept that, but we got rid of this, and that, and that, and that. And we added in these. And then what else did I do? Get rid of this. I could put a small grid antenna in the back of the ship. It would probably interfere with this small grid antenna that I've got in the back of the ship here. Right there. You were not the thing that goes there. Ah! Dampeners. Alright. I'm clearly out of energy. I don't really know if it needs more greebles. I know that might be a little bit sacrilegious to say, but I'm not sure that it needs more greebles. Alright, I think that's gonna be good. Alright, then we're gonna get that missing thruster back in there. Alright, and then we're gonna weld up what we can. Yeah. Yep, it's definitely not pretty. Oh, I was gonna put another one on the top there. Which way did I have these going? This way. Okay. I think we're just about there. I'm gonna get some of this heavy armor welded up. Then, let's see. Do I want... I think I'm going to do a little bit more... Just like a... Oh my god, stop. Do I want like a big hat or a little hat? What's everybody's thoughts on hats? So we're going to do something like that, I think. I don't want to go like around this whole thing. But I do think we need something just like right in the front there, so... Did I not put... Oh, there we go. Is that... That's heavy armor, right? Heavy. Heavy. Alright, so we're going to paint it. Take it for a... Well, program it. Take it for a little test drive. Yeah, not the worst. Not the worst. Let's see, should we make it a charging platform or something? Should we... I feel like we need a little bit of infrastructure for these things, huh? Looks kind of like a submarine. Well, from the back at least. Because of the propellers. Oh. Wait, you got your hat back. So I'm trying to decide now. If we're going to print off a whole bunch of these, do we then, like, print them off, put them on, like, a series of chargers somewhere, and then have them... Yeah, like, we can have them, like, disconnect and take off all at once? In which case, I probably need an event controller or another timer for disconnect. If we... Because I feel like just having them... Like, if I'm spending time printing them off or something like that, then we're going to end up with, like, dead batteries and stuff while we wait. So... yeah, I think we're going to want to put another timer block in it. So let me put it where we said we were holding space for a timer for another block. And we're going to make this the... Oh, I already got it in here. Put it right there. No, I can't. And I don't really care if it gets destroyed because we're only really going to use it before we leave. Maybe I should have welded it up. Okay. Yep. Quick and dirty. Nice and ugly. Alright, let's figure out what we're going to paint this thing. So if we start with... actually, if we start with this color... And then give it a little bit of... Let's see. Put this one over here. Give it a little bit of this. And we might do... I might keep... I was using a different color for the heavy armor parts on that one, but I might just keep this as camouflage. Or not... It's not camouflage. It's desert camo. The whole way across or something. I want to go... I think I might do this whole back section like this. Yeah, we could do the entire top layer. Let's see. Do we want to do any... I'm actually kind of thinking maybe we just leave the... Well, we just kind of leave it like that. Just a little bit of... Maybe we carry that up to the front there. Something like that. We just leave it like that. I should put some lights on it so that I can see it. Did I put lights on this? I think about it. I don't think I did. Let's see. I thought we put lights. Did we put lights? We didn't put lights anywhere, did we? Other than this thing going off. I think we just said... Oh, yeah. Didn't we say, like, we're only going to fly it in the daytime or something like that? I think that was what we said. Probably not the best. Probably not the best idea. Alright, let's plan to put these guys up on the roof. For easy launching, so I don't have to make them fly out the... fly at the top. And maybe we could just make a... Maybe we could just make a landing platform, small grid landing platform, like right here. Or something like that. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's make a rotor. Let's see, would it be better to have a hinge? Let's make a hinge. Oh, if they're going to be landing there, they should probably just be able to pull ammo. So this hinge should probably be piped up. That kind of changes the plan a little bit. Where would we pull... Wrong one. Alright, so there's piping there. We could go straight up, maybe. Oh, don't tell me I'm getting tired already. That's right here. So, that's not really convenient because the windows are in the way. Let's see, where else would we be able to pull from that would make sense to put these guys? We could go... I mean, I guess they could just get their own little platform somewhere. This guy's not piped in either, now that I think of... Oh, no, he is. He's piped in, because it runs underneath. We could... we could go, like, out the side here. Because there's... We could put piping anywhere. We could go off the front of this. You know, like, we could, run that piping out to here and then make a little platform out the front of this. Who's flying around up there? Where are you? Military escort. Let's... Before we get too far out of touch here, let's program... Yeah, let's program this guy. We can always just drop him somewhere and...
Meteors inbound.
In fact, I am going to drop him somewhere. Oh yeah, the battery's on recharge. Don't you hit my miner. Yeah, right. Let's see, let's not break the base here. So this thing is called, we're going to change it to a Tater Tot. And then we are going to take control of it just to get it off the thing. It flies pretty well, huh? Looks like. Yeah, I think it's good. It's got several hours of battery. So, yeah, we are in really good shape with this thing. So, I'm actually going to... These are going to be the Tater Tot, Flatmo S I usually call it thruster, I think. So I could find thrusters. And there's one large one in here, but that's okay. Thruster, right? And which one is the large one? Oh, it's this one. There we go. Now we can come here and go to groups and put thrusters in here, and I can just kind of turn them off and let it rest on the ground while I figure stuff out. Alright, so we've got our action relay, which we're going to have to set up. Our AI basic, AI flight. I don't need all these. I know what these things are, kind of. Alright, so for flight, we're going to tell it, I think 25 is good for min altitude. You can go as fast as you want. I think the max pitch and roll is fine. We do want you at a line to P gravity. Collision avoidance is good. Precision mode is off. That should be fine. And then for the basic mode, follow home, which is going to be this beacon. And I want you to stay, let's say, minimum of 10, max of 30? No, that's awfully close, actually. Let's say max of, like, 75 and min of 30. Or even max 100. Now I'm trying to think, if I have a whole bunch of these, is it going to be a big deal having them that close? I mean, they'll have collision avoidance. Let's give them extra space here. 30 is let's see. That's actually awfully big too. Let's not do 30. Let's say 15. And I think 100 is good. 15 to 100. So that's where they will go. GPS, no, I don't want that. I want you to follow home. I think that's good. Then we'll have our antenna. The antenna does not need to go that far. It could be 2 kilometers. Saving power here. Alright, so this timer block is going to be for offensive mode. This one is going to be for follow mode. And this one is going to be for undock. So when we hit this timer, so it's going to get it. It's going to get a signal through the action relay to tell it to undock. And the undock is also going to set everything to follow mode. But it will also, in addition to that, it will undock the connector, make sure the battery is set correctly, and then put it into follow mode. And then we'll have offensive mode. And I should then be able to switch through the action relay. Actually, do I need more than one action relay now that I think about it? I think I might need an action relay for each one of these, don't I? Because it can only receive on a single channel. Yeah, I'm missing 2 action relays. So how are we going to fit that in? We could put one right on the back here because it wouldn't matter if it got shot off. And we could put one... We could embed one back here if we really wanted to. Like, once it's in attack mode, I don't expect it to really go back to follow mode too often. So... Which one is this? Oh, action relay. I haven't named them. Okay, yeah, I think I might do that. Because there's no other place... Unless I put them... actually. What if we made them one of these? That'd be kind of cool. If we did, which way would look best? This way? Or this way? This way, I think. Yeah. That will work. Then we can say that this is the action relay for offensive mode, and then I don't care which one of the other twos are which, so. Let's go back into the Tater Tot and figure all the rest of this out. Alright, so this one will be, we'll just say this one is for undock. There is not going to be an action relay for redock. We're not going to bother with trying to figure out how to get them all to redock and everything, coming back like half blown apart and everything. I'm not going to worry about it. So if I need to, I will, if there's any left, I'll either manually pilot them back home remotely or leave them, shut them off, leave them, grind them down, whatever. Anyway, this was the action relay for follow mode. And both of these are just going to, all of these are just going to basically relay to timers. So, camera, that's just the camera. Emotion controller. Gyroscope. Let's see, we could get some of these out of here. Don't need to see you. Do I need to see you? I don't think so. You're only going to be there for... here we go, assigned camera. I only want this for remote control when needed. So, connector. Let's see, we do need you in the toolbar, I think, but I don't need to see you there. We'll clean all those up later. AI flight. Battery. And my Gatling guns. Alright. We do want that. We do want... all of that is good. Okay, so... when we say... when we get the action relay... so we're just going to do these in order. So undock will be 1. Follow mode will be 2. And offensive mode will be 3. Because those, to me, feel like the order that you would do things, even though undock is also going to set follow mode. But follow mode is like kind of like the second mode. So I guess faction is fine. I don't even know if I'm in a faction.
Energy low.
I don't even think I am in a faction in this world, am I? Yeah, it'll probably still work. Let's see. Owner. We'll just change it to owner and then it won't matter. Okay. All of that works. Connector's good. All that. So, all right. So the follow mode, we need to set offensive mode behavior off, flight mode behavior on, and basic behavior on. And what else do we need to do? Emotion controller to neutral or happy? Let's go with neutral. And I think that's it for that. And then, so now I'm actually wondering if I even needed these timers, or if I should have just done this directly in the action relay. Well, maybe I needed one timer to kind of... Yeah, I feel like I've made this ever so slightly more complicated than it needed to be, but that's okay. Offensive mode is going to be flight AI behavior on, basic behavior off, AI attack behavior on, emotion controller to evil. I think that's, again, all we need.
Energy critical.
Oh, gee. Guess I should turn my headlights off here. Oh, pirate scout drone. Now is not a good time. Actually, maybe it is a good time. We could blueprint this thing real quick and send it up. How far away is the pirate scout drone? Oh, he's leaving already. Oh, wait, is he crashing or is he just really far away? That feels like he might be crashing, even though he's way over the horizon there. He's really low to the ground. But whatever, he's probably not going to find us. I was just thinking we could take a blueprint real quick, put him in offensive mode. If they send something over here. It'd be an interesting... Of course, he doesn't have any ammo in him. So there's that, at least. Anyway. We want to go back to the terminal, and I hope I don't get caught off guard here. So when we get the signal for you, we want the connector to unlock. We want the battery to be enable auto. We want the antenna. Antenna has to be on all the time. It's going to be annoying on the screen. Don't think anything else is necessary to be done here. Wait a second, hold on. Do I need this undock timer at all? I don't think I do. Well... Yeah, honestly, I don't need these. I really don't need these timers, do I? Where did I put the other timers? There's one there. There's one in there. We could do this with 2 timers, basically. What is this one timer here? Which one is this? The undock timer? We don't need you. There we go. Problem solved. Alright, so we're going to say that the undock relay... No, don't do that, sorry. Is going to do these things, and then it's going to trigger the follow mode... yeah, trigger the follow mode timer. And then the follow mode timer, they should just come after me. And then, when we are in follow mode, that's why I wanted to have at least one timer for that, but I don't think we really need, because now all I'm doing here is saying, when you hit follow mode, hit that follow mode timer, you know. So. Schrodinger's dilemma. A clone trooper shooting at a red shirt. Yes, it's truly, Kaz, that's truly like the unstoppable force meets the immovable object kind of thing. It's the minion who can never kill versus the minion who must always die. I love it. Alright, so we're going to trigger offensive mode there. Alright, so in theory, then I should be able to go into here and get my action relay, which is what? This thing? And we're going to say set channel and send signal 1. This is going to be undock. And then set channel and send signal 2, which is going to be follow. And then set channel and send signal 3 is going to be, I'm just going to say attack so that it actually fits on the screen. So, in theory, if I send the undock, it should turn on and start flying with me. So I'm actually going to take it, I'm going to remote control it up and out of here, just so that it doesn't hit the walls and stuff. Okay, sure. And I'm just gonna land it like right here. All right, and then, oh, you know what did I tell it in the undock that the thrusters, that's the other piece, the thrusters need to be on. Because they might not be on, so. All right, let's take this thing up, real quick. Did I blueprint the fully loaded? Nope. So we're going to do that in a minute as well. I'm going to blueprint this guy. Tater Tot. So let's unlock... Oh, I don't have batteries in the thing, do I? How have I not done this? Thrusters? Guess I never really set up the groups at all, did I? Thrusters, all. And I guess I have mag plates too, so we will switch lock. Almost, okay. Proxy, and there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, so if we're backed up over here, and let's say we're going to get ready to go, so I'm going to say undock. The thruster's turned on. What about follow? Are we within... Oh, we're not within the radius. Why is it not moving on its own? Well, let's find out. Basic AI behavior is on. Flight is on. It's not... It's not that. Let's see. Oh, it has enough upwards thrust. I just flew it up there. Follow home. Home is this beacon. Maybe. What if we go a little further away? Maybe it'll... If I get outside of its range, maybe it'll... Yep, there it goes. Look at that. I just had to get far enough away. Please don't hit me. Alright, let's adjust the range a little bit on it then. So, what is that? That's the basic flight. Was that basic flight? Yeah, let's say min range is 10. Don't get closer than 10. And let's actually say 50. Oh, I like this. So if we fly over this way. Here he comes. So then if I put him in attack mode, He's probably got nothing to go attack, but now he's in follow mode again. He's following me. Put him in attack mode. Let's log into him real quick and make sure that he's actually in attack mode. That's on. Attacking enemies. Actually, let's change this to like every 15 seconds. Or even every 10 seconds. That should be fine. I'm not on a server. Weapons, circle, orbit. Yeah, cool. So, that means that I should blueprint this ship. So, we've got a friend. My ship, unfortunately, doesn't actually last as long as the... could use some more battery. Could use one more battery, probably. Alright, let me, in that case... I'm actually going to put it in attack mode for a moment so that it doesn't follow me into the base. And hope that nobody... it doesn't have any ammo, so it's not like it could attack anybody, but... Almost. Okay. Well, let's go connect to that guy and bring him home here. Let's control him, and of course I can't actually control him, so we need to say behavior on, off. Behavior on, off. Behavior on, off. So I could see which ones are on and turn them off, and then I have control. Alright, we're just going to put them back on the roof for now. There I am. And oh, that's a successful flight. Very nice. Look at that. That even worked. The Tater Tot has a remote control. That's how I'm able to take control of it, yeah. It doesn't need a remote control to do its job. It just has one specifically so that I can override what it's doing and bring it home if I need to. That's all. So, I think we're in really good shape here for this. We just need a place to dock them up to make sure that they're charged and armed, and then we can go to town. So, let me take a drink of water, and while I do that, you could consider liking the stream if you have not already done so, and you could consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already done so, because then you'll get notifications when I go live. And if you would like to write exclamation mark Discord in the chat, then you'll get the link to the Discord for those of you not already in the Discord. Although I know that all of you who are talking are in the Discord, but for those of you not talking and just watching, you might not be in the Discord. And it's a very cool Discord, the Iron Engineered Coffee Discord. And they pay me every time I say the word Discord, which is why I keep saying Discord. Anyway, I'm going to take a drink of water. Yeah, I tried to do the Game Dork. I tried to do the automatic recall to a docking port thing once, because this is the second time that I've attempted a similar type of thing here. And the last time I did it, it was just that I had the drones, and they could, like, I had a projector at each connector. It had its own projector. So if a drone didn't come back, I could just project a new one, weld it up real quick, and then it would be good to go. It'd be already on its connector, and I just have to set it free. And then, like, if a bad guy came by, they would all disconnect and go flying out and do their thing, and that was very cool. But then, like you said, at the end, most of them did come back intact enough, but I could never get them to properly reconnect. They'd all just, like, jumble into each other, and they would keep missing the connectors and everything, especially the small connectors, which were new at the time, which was the style at the time. Yeah, they couldn't hit it. And I remember even like one of my earliest streams was when automatons came out, and I was just trying, like the whole stream was just trying to get a thing to dock, and it was really all about just like hold on a second, I want to turn off this thing's ore detector. But like I couldn't, I mean I eventually got it, but it was really, really janky. In fact, I think the title of that stream was called "It's Jank, but it works." So, yeah, Pam is extremely precise. That's the beauty of it. So, all right, here's what I think I'm going to do. At the very edge of this platform, I'm going to make a place for these guys to connect. I'm going to put a hinge to convert to small grid, and I'm going to let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Or actually, maybe I'll do a straight one like this. And then I'm going to put a hinge on top, and then we'll do like kind of a row of connectors. And as I print one of these things, I'm just going to, and I don't have a printer yet, so we'll have to figure that out. But as I print one of these, we will just manually fly it over and land it on its spot. That's the plan. So that next stream, if we can get the timing of this right, next stream we will, let's see, I don't need all this stuff anymore. Next stream will just be hopefully printing these things off and, you know, just letting them rest on their spot, and then we could go attack. Yeah, so we could spend maybe a half hour printing these things off, hopefully, and then spend the second half of the stream finally assaulting the stronghold. That would be awesome. Maybe I should have made this a cargo container so that I could access things easily. Alright, let's give it a medium head. Let's lock it. Let's actually turn it off entirely. And let's call this the hinge for Tater Tot docks. And this is on the which one is this? Is this the involuntary paradise? Yes. Yeah. So we're gonna want some sort of a, are you not, there we go. Not a sorter, probably a converter. Just to raise it up one, but also to get me to the small. I could do a, I mean, I could just do the small hinge in there, the small hinge head, but it would look weird. This will look better. Do I want it to go this way? I guess it doesn't really matter. Should have done this on the side where the sun isn't. Well, I guess the sun is going to move, but... Yeah, it's a nice view of the methane lake. You know, you can't ask for a better view there. Alright, we said we were going to probably build 8 of these. That seems somewhat unreasonable to me at this point. I think we're going to end up probably building for... Well, let's see, we don't necessarily need... How wide is this? We could probably do 8. 8 seems like... I mean, let's consider that that stronghold is probably going to launch 2 drones, 3 at the most. But probably 2. Unless I'm really bad at shooting the antenna and it's able to call in more. I might go get that unknown signal. That's pretty far away. I'm not going to get that. Alright, one of these guys is how many blocks wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide. So let's see if we did. I'm just gonna kind of plan this out a minute here. Oh, we can't do. I can't build on the. Wait, why can I build on? Oh, is it because the hinge is in the way? Or is this thing... This... Can I only build on one side of this? Hold on. Stand by. Mount points. Yeah, okay. That the hinge is in the way. Let's move it up one so I can build on the side of it. We need a frame. There we go. Conveyor frame. And there we go. Now I should be able to build off the side. Alright. Yep. Alright. I am not going to rename all the components on each drone that I print out. I'm going to print them out, let them be confusing, and that will be that. Oh, I might rename the drones themselves to A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, or something like that, just so that if I need to remote into them, I know which one it is, but otherwise, no. And it should say on the... Oh, actually, I should set the antenna to show the... I didn't need to fly over here for this, but I should set the antenna to show the name of it. Show ship name. Tater Tot. Tater Tot Dash. Alright, so they're 5 blocks apart. Which means, if we start here, and we go 1, 2... So on each side, I need space of about 4, basically. So if I put them 8 apart, let's say. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, what if we said 7 apart? So if we were to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here was 1, and then we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That didn't work out right. And I'm in the sun now, and I'm getting radiation. So I guess there is fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in between. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in between. So that's how many. Then we can fit them, and there'll be a nice little bit of buffer in between. I'm not going to have one there. This way we can fit 8. It's just going to be really, really wide. So, or I could do 7 and put 1 in the middle. I think that actually might be better. Why don't we just do that? Keep it nice and simple. So I'm just marking out what I'm doing here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, bonk. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bonk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thing. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nope. Not quite that many. Oh, look at all this stuff I got. What is this, a meal pack? Just eat that. I was going to get hungry soon anyway. Yeah, we don't need that many. I just grind something off this? Alright. Do I have a vodka on me still? This does what for me? 45 radiation over 15 seconds. Perfect. Game Dork, thank you so much.
Coolio.
Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I love you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you just do it?
Coolio.
Did you just do it twice? I guess thank you again. Very much appreciated. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bonk. I appreciate all of you. Everybody who super chatted today. I've got a list up there somewhere. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so one more. Well, if you want me to give you $2 back, I could do that. I think. Actually, I don't know that I could do that. You did get the hat, though, which is kind of funny since, like, everybody else has gone to sleep at this point. But you are actually in the lead by a decent amount now. So, anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3,
Energy
4,
flow.
5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's go get some energy. And I might drink a vodka. In the game. And in real life. Alright. Let's see. Boy, that sun just beats down on you here. It's kind of crazy how the weather works here. You guys probably have ridiculous amounts of potatoes. Or not I'm sorry. I'm the Shannix guy. You guys have a ridiculous amount of Shannix. Alright. So, this was just for me to mark out where I'm going here. Oh, see, Kaz, you're still number 1. I'm going to put my marks on the front like this, and then I know I need one in the middle there. Then I'm basically across the top here. I'm going to leave this beam. In fact, I'm going to weld up the beam. Then I'm going to run pipes along the top of the beam. And put the connectors on top of the pipes. What was that noise? I just heard a weird noise. Yeah, probably from that super chat the other day. It is, I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but it is set to reward you with extra Shannix when you super chat. Plus you get a hat. Alright, so we want, let's see, I think I need to do this guy here. Then we're going to need to do reinforced a T wherever one of these blocks is. Except at the very end. Where we will do a curved. And then we'll put our little connectors on top of that. And then we'll do our best to try and actually connect things. Did I put these the same direction or not? Luna, the game engine, Game Dork? You making a train game? Cool. That looks good. It's actually, it's kind of, the fact that it's on a hinge is kind of cool because it could like, I guess it could like fold away if we wanted it to. Not really fold away, but it could like, if all the stuff is on it, we could have it fold forward and they'd all be like facing down. I don't know. Lost observer drone, huh? Alright, I just had a thought over here. We can get rid of this junction if we did a T and we went up and then down and down like that. Is that weather? Is that the... I'm still taking solar damage. I'm gonna drink this beverage. Oh, that was delicious. That should take my radiation down quite a bit. What do I need for these things? Interior plates, a bunch of motors. I should just grab all that stuff. Was there... We need construction component too, right? The one construction component each. Alright, so get rid of you. I don't know how many of these things I need, but like that feels like that's gotta be enough. That stronghold is not gonna know what hit it when a bunch of angry potatoes fly into town. Did I miss one? Okay. Alright. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh, whoa. Maybe not that much. Look, I drank that vodka, and now look, it's raining. We'll use the little connector like this. I need small tubes.
Energy low.
Good timing. Alright. Let's see. I need steel plate. More of that. And probably not that many of those. Oh, computers. Let's go get those now. Alright, I think I'm gonna grab some construction components and throw some lights on here real quick. always weirded out when I put components away and then I hear like a thunk noise somewhere. Oh, it's getting... everything's getting rained down in here. Alright, I also wanted to maybe put a little something around this to make it look a little more better. Let's see, that would be this filler. Alright, I don't really care how much betterer it looks, but I think that's going to be okay. Going to be okay enough. Maybe I should... Sure. Very efficient drills I've got. Or grinder, rather. Was this a... This was just a regular one, huh? Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking let's not make this too complex. Let's just do this. Alright. That'll do. That'll do. Then we're going to put some lights covering these things. Let's do this. Let's do this. These need more than... Yep, thought so. I don't suppose I can pull interior plate through here. Nope. Do you ever think, like, if jetpacks were real, that just like in Space Engineers, we would probably just spend most of our time jetpacking around instead of walking around and then jetpacking periodically, you know? Yeah, I'm going to just put one on each end. I think maybe just one of these. Maybe I'll put one in the middle too. Like right. Let's see. What should we do? Yeah, this is good. Yeah, that'll work. It's not exactly in the middle, but actually, would this be the better? Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to do it on the front side here too. Fairly certain I'll see it from the inside. Alright, so there we go. So let's take our first guy here and land him on the middle part. So I'm going to go ahead and call him Tater Tot 1. And then we're going to take control. And we're going to need... I'm going to need to put some more... I'm going to need to put some more stuff on here and then take a new blueprint real quick. So that's got to be there. Batteries got to be there. That's actually probably it, to be honest. Pew pew. Pew pew pew. Okay, don't actually fall off there. Alright, maybe I should have put a camera on the bottom so that I can see when I'm docking more easily. Why don't I just do that and then we'll update the blueprint. And soon I could probably get rid of this whole hinge that I've got sitting around there. Alright, let me...
Meteors inbound.
I'm going to stand inside for that. Anybody see the meteors? Crazy way to look. Oh, they're there. They're coming in kind of close. They could have hit the miner. Anywho, what's oh, not what I meant to do. Oh, I'm still controlling it. That means I should probably take this thing and put this in here as well, so that if I go out, I can get back in. And camera. There we go. Oh, that's the docking camera. Ooh. Okay. Yes. So, main camera, docking camera. Good. Alright. I need to rename that real quick. Alright, don't need to see that in the terminal. Don't need to see these in the terminal. Don't need to see those in the terminal. No. 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 Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me that I need to set up the guns. If I look at the, I think it's the offensive controller, we have to tell it which weapons it should use. Because it's going to use something. It's going to use the weapons to know which way to go. Yeah, use static weapons to figure out which way to face. So, cool. That's cool. Alright, let's then... I want to copy you. Can I temporarily do this and go copy, and then go into blueprints, go into the Tater Tot, Tater Tot, and replace the blueprint. There we go. A little bit easier than doing the whole thing that I normally do. So, okay. Let's dock him up. And let's see, I think I am... The camera is just below it, so it should be something like... There we go. Batteries off. No. There we go. So that's how they'll be docked. And then hopefully, when they undock, the collision avoidance doesn't all go crazy and have them smash into each other when they undock. So we'll just have to print off 6 of them next week. Oh, you know what? We're not done yet because this thing's not actually piped up into anything. So we're going to have to do that real quick. Next week, we will figure out the printing situation. Let's see. We're going to need... I have a bunch of interior plate, actually. Let's grab a little bit more, and we'll just go from there.
Energy low.
Yep. Just saw that. I'm going to go ahead and take one last drink of water, like and subscribe, and all the good stuff. All right, let's make some tubes. Kind of liking this policy of just run the tubes under the base. Don't worry. Like I used to worry about, you know, having the conveyors be like integrated into the right spots and everything, and now I'm just like, yeah, just run them under the base. I also went ahead and put some half armor on the bottom just so that you wouldn't see the weird floor bits, but no one cares. No one cares because you don't really see it except for the spiders who only see it very briefly before they are spider steaks. Yep, that was close. I don't think that counts. Kaz, I don't think that counts. Unliking and reliking? Well, I guess it depends on what you're asking, you know, what does it count for? Does it count for earning my love and affection? Yes, it does. Does it count for make number go up? No, it does not. Unfortunately. Yep, too far, too far. All right. Getting down to the end. All right, so this guy should now have... Not sure why I'm not taking solar radiation. Oh, there it is. Let's go stand in the shade for a second here. I want to reconnect... oh, yeah, he's docked now, so I should be able to just look in inventory and see if... Okay, he hasn't pulled any ammo, but is that because we don't have any extra? Because certain people are taking more than their share. Although that's the spiders one, he's probably fine to take it. Yeah, some people are taking more than their fair share here. Maybe we will go and tell yeah, let's go tell the goat to make more. I would like to move when we put the Titan in the ground there. I would love it if we could also at the same time build a production facility so that the Titan doesn't have to be the one to manage all of this. But anyway, ammo, Gatling ammo. We're making 200. Let's make 300. And then the next question is going to be, do we have enough magnesium? We're going to have to go find magnesium. Magnesium. We have 2K magnesium. Oh, we have a lot that needs to be refined, so we're good on magnesium. We are doing, look at how much iron we have. My God. We're going to be, the ores and ingots is going to be full. From it mining the whole... It's not bringing the stone back. That's the actual iron that it's bringing back. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of iron. Yeah, we're in good shape. There it is over there. Okay. So I think he should start pulling. I'm trying to... Come on. TT... Yeah, there we go. So he's pulling ammo now. So there we go. So we got ammo. If for some reason we come under attack by one of those pirate drone things, what are they called? Pirate scout drones. We have at least one drone that we can send back at it, and we have we actually do finally have a ship that I can fly to attack things. So, all right. I think that's going to do it for me for today. Let me close the door and head back to my bedroom. Maybe I'll have a quick snack before we head back. So let me check real quick here. What's the Go-Getter's got 63,000 iron in him right now. Yeah, we're just gonna have so much iron mining that hole. It's a thin vein, but if you do the entire thing, it's a lot of iron. So I'm probably gonna have to make a new. I wish I had like a comfy chair to put in here. So anyway, I'm probably gonna have to make a new large cargo container for all of it. So yeah, so that was a good stream. So we got the thing designed. I think it's going to be really good. Like, I don't think they're going to last super long, but I think they're going to overwhelm the enemy, and I think that's going to be a good thing. So with my luck, we will take out the antenna with the first shot, and it will never spawn any drones at all. And then I don't even know what we do then. Maybe we just let these guys loose and just do whatever. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It could also go horribly awry, which would also be amusing. So, this Sunday, I am not streaming. I have a thing that I have to go to instead of streaming. So I'm going to be... You're not going to see me again for a week, basically. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit in a separate stream at a random different time next week. So, but if I do... I'll let you know on the Discord, but almost certainly not. So, unfortunately, you're going to see me next week for Titan, and then the week after that or the couple days after that for Designated Survivors. So it's all scheduled on the channel. You can follow the schedule there, and I'll be sure to post updates in the Discord if things change. But thanks again for hanging out, everybody. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you will come back next time. And I hope you will have a good weekend, and you know, stay warm and dry and all that stuff, and enjoy the snow as best you can, and stay safe out there. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.